I would expect Hikaru to, especially after the opening choice, to go for the win. But
well, at least we get to watch this great game here instead with Magnus against Sevian. But I must admit, I'm a little bit thrown off by the pragmatism by Hikaru sometimes.
Yeah, he's done it before. He did it in the autumn split when he was half a point behind Alireza Firouzja, agreed to a lightning fast draw in that game, and then ended up kind of catching up and leapfrogging his opponent. But it is a very high-risk strategy. You're kind of saying that your own fate is no longer in your own hands. And yeah, it's pragmatism versus kind of doing it in a sporting way. And yeah, we'll see if he's rewarded.
Just so boring.
it is very boring. He's probably trying to save some energy there by making that quick draw. But we do have a very, very entertaining position in this one, at least, with pawn on g4, very unorthodox. But I don't even know how this position has occurred. It's so random.
It was another English opening from Magnus Carlsen, so he's doing the fans a lot of service here. They voted for 1c4. He's done that in multiple games with white, and it was a very offbeat opening with a very quick g4 for white. So looking good for Magnus according to the eval bar. That's probably because this is not the right side to castle. The black king is vulnerable on this diagonal, vulnerable to pawn pushers. Sevian needs something very quickly to get his bishop out, get his rook out, go for the white king before it's too late.
The problem for black here is that white has his pieces on much better squares, like the bishop on g2 looking great, while the bishop on a6 currently just very bad, threatening that c4 pawn, which is so well protected. And now he tries h5, which I like, trying to get some counterplay there. Magnus trying to get a knight to f5. It just feels like such an easy position to play for white.
And now he might be tempted to bring his knight forward. Not yet. He allows a trade of rooks. And Magnus is suddenly playing positionally in a position where he could be going very aggressive and dynamic. But maybe he'll be rewarded. Sam Sevian lacking the space here, lacking squares for his pieces.
It's going to be one of those situations where Magnus is probably just not going to castle in this game. Maybe just play king f1, king g1, and castle manually. I don't think he's going to castle queenside in this case, because the pawn on a3 is going to be hanging.
Yeah. The black queen moves. This looks like it's a blunder because of a fork. The white pawn can step forward, but then the black queen will dodge, and there will be a sudden attack against the white knight, which is loose. So it's not just a double attack that wins on the spot for Magnus. Very clever from Sam Sevian, who's also looking at this pawn. So he's asking immediate questions. He's saying to Magnus, okay, you probably have the advantage, but I'm going to force you to answer some difficult questions along the way.
Also, Sevian here really wants to push his pawn to d5, finally get to open up for his bishop on a6, which been standing on pretty badly the whole game, just not contributing. But I think if Magnus goes with his knight to f5 here, which looks logical, Sevian's plan is to play d5, just sacrifice and go for opening up the position, because it has to be said that white still has his king in the center and black has castle, so opening up the position should be in black's favor.
And that's the one thing Magnus himself has spoken about, that occasionally he leaves his king in the center too long. Occasionally he kind of allows his opponent some scary attacks. He's too busy doing other stuff, accumulating small advantages, that he forgets about king safety or underestimates the opponent's ability to go for the king. So we'll see. That move
does create some more fun games, though.
It really does. It's a maximalist approach. He's saying, why waste a move on castling when I can use that move going forward with my knight, pushing pawns, doing more important things. And okay, big question. Ariane's expecting this move for black to blow open the center. I guess maybe the alternative would be to drop this knight back.
But I just got to ask you guys, being the GMs that you are, the question we have on top of the screen right now, not castling as well, it seems so wrong, yet it's probably... I mean, does it seem equally wrong to you guys as well?
I understand why he does it. I quite enjoy this strategy as well, kind of keeping the opponent guessing. It's like, if you attack the queen side, I'll go to the right. If you attack the left, I'll go to the...
I mean, only Magnus can get away with breaking these rules. Please, David's move there, knight to e7. I was thinking queen f3 here. Mm-hmm. It's looking dangerous. Maybe then he wants to push d5.
Yeah, oh, we'll find out. There we go. The diagonal blocked before white could deliver that checkmate in one. And okay, we see the knights being traded off the board. It feels like Sevian's been fighting really, really well. He's made full use of the time that he has before the white king gets to safety. And here we go. We're going to see an exchange of knights. White's going to be a pawn up, but they're not pleasant pawns. And more importantly, that black bishop that Arian's been mentioning, staring down the diagonal. Where is the white king going to get safe? Not easy anymore.
It's very important to put that queen on d6, stopping white from pushing that central pawn to d6, because if that diagonal would be opened up, it would be very scary. But now actually Sevian has a very healthy position. Like his king is very, very safe. And as David actually said, like if there is one tiny thing I could mention that Magnus is not perfect at, is he doesn't feel that comfortable when his king is attacked or in some danger, and here the white king is very open.
But if you're not comfortable with having an attacked king, why don't you castle?
He likes to explore.
Push those boundaries, and that's why it's always kind of a decisive mistake when you swap off the queens against Magnus when he has a small positional advantage. You need to keep the queens on to scare the opponent. Sam Sevian now is giving up his bishop because he wants to land not just a bishop sacrifice but a rook sacrifice on this square, breaking through to the white king. And how that ends is still a bit mysterious. Very
mysterious. He also played that surprisingly fast. Like either it works or you just resign on the spot. But it seems like it's actually correct here that you cannot get away from those checks.
But I think it's quite telling to say that after that move, Magnus, put on the brakes. What is happening here? I used a lot of time.
Yeah, and we might be seeing this whole sequence play out. Sevian's a whole rook down, but there's nowhere to hide for the white king. If it steps forward, there's only one check, but the black queen can continue dancing. And there's just no piece that can throw itself in the way. The white bishop can give itself up, but that won't change anything. And if the white king steps back, the queen will follow wherever the king goes.
Seems like we're going to see another 2 draws in a row for Magnus. Can't really escape those checks. Yeah. So draw on the first and second board.
Wow. There we go. Players dropping points. Magnus held to a draw. Sam Sevian, great idea there. Great rook sacrifice to hold the balance.